Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm ready to talk about I'm just gonna jump right into it and I want to talk about black owned businesses and um what we need to do in order to make this a bigger thing and all of that good stuff. So I'm pretty much and I on this journey of trying to figure this stuff out. Excuse my dogs, that's just I'm thinking that someone's outside when it's not. But I was just sitting here and I was thinking, like, when I think of Black owned businesses, the first things that come to mind to me are hair care, clothing, and food are like the main things that you normally hear and see about with Black owned businesses. Oh, support Black owned businesses if they, those type of things. And I just want to at least open your some people's minds up to other than opening businesses just in regards to these three different entities, right? um and also talk about how what you really need in order to actually open a business and get it have it being successful and all of that good stuff. Now, I went on a hunt and I was looking to see like where do black businesses fall, like how can I say this? Like I want to say I guess the genre or the whatever, the entity of where, but how black business is set up. You have you have the healthcare professional, admin, construction, all that good stuff, right? So where do we fall in place as to us owning these type of businesses? And I actually thought like the retail would have been first, and like beauty and stuff like that, but it really wasn't. But that's all we know. So, but the first in line, as one of the biggest entities that Black people own is healthcare and social assistance. Healthcare, I never heard of, but okay, I didn't know that that was the number one thing that Black people actually own. And then coming in second is professional, scientific, and technical services. Third is admin and waste management. And that waste management for me, like I'm really going to look into it deeper to find out exactly what's going on. Then we have construction at number four, transportation and warehousing, number five, other services, number six. We have retail coming in, which is crazy, at number seven. Accommodations and food services is at eight, and real estate is at nine. We have finances at 10. And then we have arts and entertainment at 11, education at 12, information and wholesale at 13, manufacturing is at 14, and utilities come in at 15, right? And for me, it's just like, I didn't give the actual numbers, the percentages, because that would be just way too much to even write down uh, for myself. But this is what my research, me doing my research came up with. And to me, it's just, it kind of saddens me that we have all of these uh, options in order to start a business. And it's like, for me, we run to one specific goal. Is like, even when you look on social media, and now it seems like that's the next biggest thing. You have to be um, popular and a star of some sort. You have to be recognizable. Somebody has to know you or whatever in order for you to be successful and to get your bag and whatever the case may be. And those things really don't have to be. And as you can see, I just laid out several um, business opportunities and that we are not even taking advantage of. And again, it's kind of sad that we're not doing that. But let's see how we can do those things. If you're looking to be like, okay, maybe you want to start a business in one of these other entities and you don't know how, I'm going to also go over that as well. But my question is this, um, why aren't we? Is it because we don't know, or is it because those three, the beauty, clothing, and food, are those the easiest to get into? Um, like why are we only choosing these type of businesses to own? Like why is that happening? Like, is it because we don't have the education in order to do so? But then I think about that and it's like, well, you see a lot of these people who are like, oh, well, I'm going to start a clothing business, a food business, a beauty business, hair care, fashion, makeup, and all of those things. That people feel that because they know how to do those things, that they would actually know how to run a business doing those things. And I think a lot of times that's why even those businesses aren't doing as well as they should. Excuse me, because we lack a lot of education on how to run that business, what you need in order to start that business, and all of that good stuff. Now, these things that I'm going to provide to you are just a few things that you will possibly need in order to start a business, and it'll probably help you with figuring out, well, how do I do this, how do I do that? In order to start a business, everyone says the number one thing for you to always do is to jot down a business plan. Okay. um when you write down that business plan, you put that business plan in some type of it. Now it goes from an idea to pretty much you're now starting to bring it to life when you start writing these things down. So you want to write down your business plan. You in that business plan is pretty much a plan of how you want to run your business. Um, who's going to, who is this going to fall? How do you want it to? Who's it going to fall back on? How do you want your financial things to be set up? Those type of things. That business plan, where you want to be in the next couple of years, next few months. You need that business plan. Also, a lot of times when you're looking for investors and things of that nature, you want that business plan because they want to know, where do you see your business? If you can't see your business going anywhere, what makes you think that they're going to even try to invest in you if you can't even give them anything in regards to the business? So one, again, you're going to need a business plan. You're going to need also, for number two, a DBA or LLC, doing business as, or LLC, or sole proprietor, corporation, things of that nature, meaning how do you want to run your business as well. It's pretty much the same thing as in legally and financially. How do you want, and for tax purposes, how do you want to run this business uh, as an LLC, corporation, sole proprietor, those things. You might want to look into those things as well, but you need to know how you want that business structure. The third thing is a federal tax ID. With this federal tax ID, people say, oh, get your federal tax ID, and then that's it. People think you get the federal tax ID, a website, and um, some other things, and you're good. And technically, you're not. So you need the federal tax ID. You do need that. That federal tax ID is going to help you with um, when you file your taxes at the end, depending on how you set it up, whether it's a sole proprietor, LLC, corporation, however you set it up, you need that tax ID to go along with that as well in order for you to get the type of credits that you need later on in the beginning of the year, or however your taxes are set up for your business. Um, that's what that federal tax ID is for. It's also for you opening up your bank account, your business bank account. Um, you need that as well as something else that a lot of people do not tend to tell you about. In order to get that business account, you need also articles of incorporation. Banks are asking for that information in order to make sure that your company is legit. Make sure you also going on your state's website to find out how much it is in order for you to get that articles of incorporation along with your federal tax ID so that you can get that business account. And you can also start trying to get business credit as well. But you need those two things, your articles of incorporation and tax ID in order to get your business account. Also, number 4, you need licenses and permits. Okay. Depending on what your business is, you would need a business license in order to run your business. That's for any business. I don't care which one it is, whether it's a nail, makeup, clothing, food, anything that you're willing to make money off of, you need a license for. And if it's a construction company or something like that, you may also need permits. You also want to look into, a lot of people don't um, let you know about this, but you also want to have some type of insurance or bond on your company in case something happens. Okay. Um, Sales tax license, if your company requires that, if your state is requiring that your company has that, you also need a sales tax license in order to sell whatever it is that you're selling to customers. You need trademark. You want to trademark your stuff. That only puts you in a great position where no one can actually steal your stuff. Um, Confidentiality agreements. That's so that, again, no one can steal your stuff. And you have some final documents, whichever those may be. Okay. So you need those things in order to start your business and to start it right. I'm gonna probably come on here a little bit more later in a later video and discuss the main things that you actually need, like as in business etiquette to run your business as well. But these are the main things that you actually need in order to start that business. If you don't know, um, like for me, I'm trying to start a specific business that um, I'm not sure as to what type of licenses and permits I would need in order to run my business, because it's kind of like there's nothing else out there like that. So right now I'm working with other people in order to try to figure out which way I can go in order to start my business, because you don't want to open your business and the next thing you know, the state or some type of government official is telling you have to shut down because it's not set up properly. So make sure that you do your due diligence and you're making sure that you have all of these things set up in place before you start your business. Yeah, you can start your business by, putting you can do the drop shipping and all that good stuff and the Shopify and all that stuff. But make sure that on the back end of that, all of your ducks are in a row. Yes, that is a way to start it, but you need these things up front before you can start those things. Some people do it without it, but then at the end, you don't really hear about their businesses like that because it's not set up correctly. You know what I mean? So we want to make sure that we take our time and do that. And you have these things now. I'm now telling you these things so that we can now move from just only beauty, clothing, and food. In my book, I still feel that these are the main go-tos that us as Black people do. And I think that we need to start broadening the horizons. We need more. The way that things are going now with school and all these trying to get these restraints on Black people, we need to start opening up more to the idea of starting our own schools, starting our own grocery stores, um, and all of those things, starting our own financial establishments so that we can borrow from one another without all of the hiccups and the bull crap that's behind it. So take some of this information that I'm giving you if you're looking to open up a business, and make sure you put these things in place so that your business can stride and reach the expectations that you wanted to reach. And I hope that this information was very, very valuable to you, because again, it was just on my heart to say something about what's going on with just these specific uh, businesses that we're opening up and why nobody is touching on it. We need a lot of schools, you guys. I think that I'm actually gonna do a video in regards to private schooling, because I was doing some research on that, because I was actually thinking about opening up my own school, with all of this crazy stuff going on. And anyone that's out there, let me know if you really want to hear more in regards to opening up your own private school, so that you don't have to deal with all of this restriction on what your child can and cannot learn. Whatever it is that you want your child to learn, you can do that, not just by homeschooling your own child, but also starting a school, um, an establishment, so that others can also learn as well. But let me know in the comments if you want to hear more about that as well. But until then, I thank you so much, you guys, for taking the time out to listen. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. And see you soon. Later.